Hello, I'm Dr. Krishan Chhabra and welcome to the True Colors in Life. Today's topic is price of expectations. We all have expectations. Expectations from ourselves and expectations from others. While expectations from oneself are understandable, it is the expectations from others that can be a cause of concern. We can have expectations from persons, things, or events. And the range of expectations is very broad. For example, from spouse, family, children, parents, relatives, friends, boss and subordinates at work, teachers in school and college, a coach in sports, and the list goes on and on. Whenever our expectations are not met, we feel frustrated and disappointed, and sometimes even feel sad, hurt, bitter, and unloved. All this can affect our feelings about relationships and our self-worth. And the results can be detrimental to our physical and mental well-being, surely at a very heavy price. We often experience numerous situations of unmet expectations in our daily life, and the social media simply adds fuel to the fire. When you post a picture, a message, or a comment, how many times do you keep looking for the response? How many likes did you get? How come the number of likes is less this time? Why did so-and-so not like or comment this time? The more you think, the more obsessive you become and keep going back to the social media as if your social worth is determined by the way others perceive you. William Shakespeare has said, expectation is the root of all heartache. According to Dr. Steve Maraboli, expectation feeds frustration. It is an unhealthy attachment to people, things, and events that we wish we control, but we don't. And John Maxwell said, disappointment is the gap that exists between expectations and reality. So, can something be done to minimize disappointment and misery caused by unmet expectations? Absolutely, positively, yes. Lord Krishna advised Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, you have the right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your activities and never be attached to not doing your duty. In other words, perform your duty, but have no expectation of the results because you have no control over the outcome. It's a very simple, noble, and a profound message. I have found this gem of wisdom to be extremely valuable in my personal life, and I've also given the advice to my children as they were growing up. In the words of Terrell Owens, if you align expectations with reality, you will never be disappointed. I have found that in life having no expectations may not seem appropriate in certain situations. Instead, lowering expectations, especially from others, seems to work better. If you have high expectations and the outcome is worse, you will feel disappointed and frustrated. If you have low expectations and the outcome is better, you will be happy. It doesn't mean that we should not ever have high expectations. We are taught to dream big and achieve big. It's just that we need to be aware of how our expectations can lead to disappointment and make us unhappy. While it may be justified to have high expectations from yourself, since you may find control over things, that you have control over things, it is important not to expect so much from others. Remember, you do not have control over them anyway. Plus, no one is perfect. People will disappoint you sometimes, and you will disappoint others as well. And yes, sometimes you will disappoint yourself too. As Bruce Lee said, I am not in the world to live up to your expectations, and you are not in this world to live up to mine. When you live your life free of expectations, you see things for what they really are, and you feel happier and more content because you seem to have control over the situations. Wishing you a very happy Valentine's Day. Here's an important exception. You may have lower expectation from your Valentine, but do try to live up to the expectation of your Valentine unless you have a good backup plan. Namaskar.